Wave of police shootings has people around the country searching for answers. And last night, NFL linebacker and former Longhorn Emmanuel Acho hosted a panel discussion here in Austin trying to find some solutions. And he's joining us this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Of course.
So first of all, your thoughts on the discussion, how it went, if there was any kind of ground made there.
Yeah, I think the discussion went great. At the end of the day, I wanted to take more of a stance than just the tweets, the Instagram posts, and the Facebook posts. It needed to happen, and there needed to be an open dialogue, not only between African Americans of influence, but also the chief of police and other police officers here in Austin.
So then, based on the discussion last night, how do you rate the police department here, and the chief? How do you think they're doing to try to bridge that gap?
If nothing else, I walked away as an Austinite, right? As an Austin resident, I walked away feeling a lot better about who my life's hands are in. I gained a incredible respect for Chief Acevedo, his team. They get it, they understand what's going on, they empathize, and we're all in it to find a solution.
Now, playing in the NFL, you're kind of in a unique position in that you work with a bunch of guys who are largely African American, in their 20s, come from different parts of the country. What do you hear about their experiences, where they come from, versus what you experience being an Austinite?
Yeah, so here's the thing. We touched on the fact that Austin's not very diverse, and I think that plays a major factor in the lack of understanding, both between African Americans and both between blacks and whites here in Austin. So when I talk about some of my teammates that come from the inner cities, their experience is much different than my experience. Their experience is a lot more jaded, a lot more negative. Personally, I haven't had too awful an experience with authority, with cops, but some of the stories I've heard, drastically bad.
Sure. So then now you have this thing called #BecomeOne. What is that? Explain.
Yeah, so I really just wanted to start that personally because at the end of the day, we all need to become one. It's not about Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. At the end of the day, we all need to become one. We're all living on this earth together. And I love this expression and I love this saying, each one of us need all of us. And so I wanted to take it away from one single group, because every single individual group is important. However, we're all important, and that's obvious.
So that's obviously kind of a big overarching goal, but is there something more specific that you're hoping, a certain area we're hoping to help, or city, or a group of people that we're hoping to help?
So personally, it's my job to help Austin. I've poured into Austin the last 8 years. Austin has poured into me, obviously, the last 8 years. So I can't focus necessarily on the entire world, but if each athlete, if each person of influence can focus on their specific domain, then I think little by little and incrementally we can improve. My job, help Austin. That's why I reached out to the likes of Fozzie Whitaker, who I played with, Carolina Panthers running back, Natasha Hastings, Olympic gold medalist in the 400 meters, because we all live here, and it's our job to watch over our city.
You know, at the ESPY Awards earlier this week, you had LeBron James, some huge names in basketball. They sort of took a stand on the issue. Do you think it's incumbent upon athletes to have their voice heard on issues like this?
I think it's a responsibility of athletes, but here's the problem. A lot of athletes don't want to speak up because they don't want to jeopardize their fan base. They don't want to jeopardize their name. The problem when you talk about race, religion, politics, usually please 50% of people and upset another 50% of people.
It can get sticky.
But some things in life you just have to fight for, and this was one of those issues.
Emmanuel Acho, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for the time.